guys, how are we all doing? Today I've just got a little fun challenge video. I'm doing the random number generator chooses how many pages I read every day for a week. To be honest, I have no idea what I'm in the mood for. I feel like my taste right now is all over the place. I thought this would be a good challenge because I can kind of mood read alongside it. Obviously it's just about the pages, so that's nice as well because I don't have to stick to anything in particular. I've just been trying to pick a book to start this video off with because I'm not reading one currently, so I needed to pick out a new one, and as I say, like, I just have no idea what I'm in the mood for. But this book has been on my TBR for a while now and I always really want to read it, but I'm just a bit like put off by the size of it. It's Finding 13. I think I'm gonna finally do it because I have a feeling it'll be quite fast paced even though it's massive. So yeah, I think I'm gonna finally start it, and I am definitely fancying it. I just don't want this whole video to just be me reading this, so hopefully I get through it quite quickly. So I've got my computer here and I've just got up a random number generator. This is actually the first one that popped up on Google. I've just done the range from 25 to 200 pages because I think 200 is a lot for me. Like, a lot. I'm quite a slow reader, so 200 pages is a lot for me in a day, so I didn't want to do too much more than that. And then obviously 25 is the minimum because I feel like I can definitely do that every day anyway. But yeah, I've got a fairly busy week this week, so I didn't want to push it too much because I actually want to be able to complete some of these days, hopefully all of them. So yeah, let's spin it. $131. Okay, that's quite a lot to start off with, but I feel like I could do that. Okay, 131 pages. Let's see. This is gonna get me like nothing into this book, but that's fine. Okay, that's about this much through this book. I feel like this whole week is gonna be this book at this rate, but I am working from home today, so I'm gonna read for a bit now, but then I'll be working in the afternoon, but hopefully I don't leave it all to last minute because I've done that before in these types of challenges and it's not good. So yeah, let's go. Obsessed with my little reading corner. I just feel so cozy right now. Anyway, so I've been reading Finding 13. I got a majority of it done earlier actually. It's very fast paced and I am now on page 136. There's not numbered chapters in it, but I'm on page 136, so I exceeded the challenge by 5 pages today. But a little update so far, I am really enjoying it. I just love being in Ireland, like just the way that they talk, I absolutely love it, and I'm just really liking all the characters. I'm only like a little bit of the way through this book. I've still got obviously ages to go, so I feel like we're still very much getting to know everyone. Not really too much to say other than that I feel like most people who have read this absolutely love it, but there have been like a few people I've heard have a slight problem with like the age gap and kind of like the way that he, I don't know, makes her seem like this child almost by the way he describes her, and I kind of do get why people have a slight issue with that, just because he does talk about her in a very like, oh, I don't know, like, oh, my gecko's tank's lights just went off, so sorry that the lighting's just changed. What was I saying? Yeah, I can kind of understand why people have a little issue with it. He does describe her like as almost like this child, and yet he's having these like sexual thoughts about her. It's not really bothering me right now. I'm kind of just taking it as like when you're from different places, like you'll have different ways that you say things. I feel like, I mean, I don't know because I'm not Irish obviously, but it probably wouldn't sound as bad to an Irish person as it would to like just a normal person. Their little phrases like must just be like a lot more common there, and like I don't think it sounds as bad when you're thinking of it from like that point of view. I'll probably develop my feelings on that like exact topic when I get a bit more through the book. Okay, day 2 of the challenge. So I didn't read any more last night. So I'm on page, where even is my book? Basically, I've been at work all day. It is now 6:30. I finished work at 6, so I've literally just got in and my book's in my bag. But I was on page 136. I remember that. So yeah, I'm only doing it now. I should have done it in the morning, but I just didn't wake up that early. Note to self, tomorrow I'm gonna wake up early and just start the challenge tomorrow. So hopefully we don't get too high of a number today because it's already late. Okay, got the generator up again. Let's see. I'm scared. Okay, 91. To be fair, all day at work I've been thinking about this book and wanting to read it. So I am really in the mood to read, which is just a lovely feeling. I'm not going to say that I'm going to do more than 90, but I feel like I'm definitely in the mood to read. So we'll see. 90's a lot though. Hey guys, it's the next day now. I'm so sorry I didn't update you last night, but I was actually just reading all night, pretty much, not all night, but like for the best part of like 3 hours. Obviously I had to like eat dinner and stuff, so I'm pretty sure I succeeded the challenge. I'm now on page 248 and I was on 136. What is that? I think that's 112 pages I read. But yeah, got a little bit more done. I'm still like not even in the thick of this book, which is just like, this whole video is just going to be a reading vlog of this. But anyway, I feel like my thoughts are now, having read a little bit more, are that I'm definitely getting more into just the comfort of the book now, because obviously like at the start of the book you don't know what's going on, but I just feel very like at home in this book now. You know how I was saying before about like how I can understand why this book was a little bit controversial for some people with like the age gap and like the way that they were speaking and the way that like some of the boys were kind of speaking about the girls. But I feel like now I've gotten to the point where, I don't know, it just feels like everyone's like settled down a little bit with like what they're saying, and maybe it's just like the first impressions thing. The characters just already seem more like, I don't know, I just feel like you know the characters' personalities so much more now, and you know that they're not like that, if that makes sense. Like everyone has good intentions. It was just the start and you were getting used to kind of like the way that they spoke. Nothing's making me think like, oh, like that could be taken the wrong way. I just feel like, yeah, we're getting to a very safe point. I'm literally loving it. Like, oh, it's just so good. I completely understand the hype. But yeah, let's see how many pages we're gonna have to read today. I'm glad I got up earlier today. I feel like today's a day where like I'm working a bit, but like I'm not too busy, so it will just be like a question of me prioritising my time and organising my day well. But anyway, let's spin. I swear it used to make a sound. Oh my fuck. Oh my god, we literally could not have got any closer to 200. Okay. I'm gonna try my best, okay? I'm gonna try my best. Now I'm into the book, like I'm reading it a lot faster than I was at the start as well. So yeah, right, let's get reading because I need to start this ASAP. Hey y'all. It has in fact been a few days. Hear me out. I basically was getting annoyed because I was not only gonna finish one book in this video, but it was looking like I wasn't even gonna finish this book with the rate that we were going. I basically decided to take a few days to finish this book because I wanted to have at least some like rounded up thoughts of a book that I could include in this video. I don't know, you guys might not have cared, but it was just bugging me. So I finished this book now and we're just gonna carry this on into the next book I read. Thoughts on this book. First and foremost, I absolutely love this book, like completely understand the hype. I was just so invested in these characters and the story. It did not feel like an 800-page book. Like, genuinely, if you like slow burn, they had their first kiss probably with this much to go at the end. Like, this was such a slow burn, but it didn't feel like that because, I don't know, it was just crazy that this was 800 pages because it just, like, what was she waffling on about for 800 pages? Because, yeah, it just went really fast. When I was reading it, it felt like what, like, my old self when I was in school would have, like, fantasized about. Like, but, like, not in the way where when I'm reading it I feel like, oh, this is a bit young for me now. Like, I just feel transported back to my younger self when I'm reading it, if that makes sense. Even though the characters in this are, like, younger than me, I don't feel like, oh, I don't relate to them because they're so much younger than me. I just feel like I'm younger when I'm reading it. Completely loved it. The only thing I have to say about it, which I didn't care about towards the end, but you know how I was going on about that whole thing with, like, just infantilizing the girl a little bit? So as I think I said, that kind of all, like, settled out. Like, I didn't feel like the boys in general or the main guy was speaking about her in, like, a disrespectful way or, like, kind of, like, just making her out to be this child. I didn't get that, like, at all, really, as it went into the book. It was only, like, the very start, so I don't know if that was just, like, initial impressions or whatever, but that, like, went away quickly. It almost switched around. Like, I felt like when we got, like, more into the thick of the book, the actual main character, Shannon, the girl, she was, like, acting like a baby a lot of the time. This book deals with, like, a lot of heavy topics, so I understand that, like, she is just, like, a fragile person that's been, like, damaged and made weak because, well, she's not weak because she's obviously been through so much, but she's just very vulnerable. And I know that, like, Johnny, the main guy, is meant to be this, like, figure where she feels like she can just be herself and not have to be strong all the time, and she can kind of use him as, like, a safe place. So obviously I understand that aspect, but I don't know, like, there was just so many moments where I just thought, like, why is she acting like that? I felt like at the start of the book she came across really, like, mature for her age, and, you know, because she'd been through so much that, like, no person her age should have been through. So she kind of came across at the start like she was this independent, mature girl. I don't know why, but she just started acting more and more like a baby in, like, quite a few situations. There was, like, one in particular where, this isn't a spoiler or anything, this is just a situation, like, she's in his room or something for the first time. His dog's, like, under his bed covers, right? And the dog starts moving, but she doesn't know that he has a dog, like, in the room. So she starts, like, screaming and basically saying, like, there's a ghost in your room, and, like, she jumps onto him and, like, clings to him like a little girl and just is like, I'm scared, like, there's a ghost in your room. You'd have to read it to kind of know what I'm talking about, but it was just situations like that where I'm like, this girl's actually been through the wars, like, the damn wars, yet she's, like, scared of a bedsheet moving about. Like, oh, I don't know. In Shannon's point of view, like, she would always say how she just wanted to, like, crawl into his lap and, like, just, I don't know, just, like, little things like this that just, I just thought, oh, like, I'm not trying to imagine, like, a baby with this massive man. Like, I'm trying to imagine you as this romantic pair. I'm making it sound really bad. Anyway, I've just waffled on about that for so long. Apart from that, loved it. And I loved it so much that I physically can't not move on to the next one now. I have had very few books that have made me want to have to read the next one, like, right that instant. But this one was left on, like, such a cliffhanger that I just have to move on to the next one. So I've got the next one here and I'm so desperate to start this. And this is going to be annoying too because you guys aren't going to see me in this video, like, be able to finish all of this, obviously, but I'm just going to start it and give you guys my thoughts. So anyway, enough rambling. Let's see our pages for today. I kind of want to put the page count up though, like, even just by, like, 50 pages. I think I might put it to 250 pages instead, because I feel like if I'd have read just a normal, like, 300 page slower paced book, then that page count would have, like, felt like a lot more than it did for these books. But anyway, so I'm going to put it up to 250 instead. Right, let's spin. Yay, we've got sound. Okay, 124. I will get to reading this and get back to you. failed. I have no excuse other than the fact that my boyfriend came round. I never get anything done when he's round, so I read like almost 100 pages of this. So I read up to page 95. It's just so hard when they're there to like do anything other than just spend time with them. But yeah, we made sushi. It was really good. I'll insert a picture. And then we just watched one of our little shows. So yeah, it's annoying because I almost read 100 pages, so I only had like 30 pages or something left. I've got a little bit of a busy day today. Well, it's not too busy, but I'm going out with friends, so I'm not sure if that's just going to take a couple of hours or if it's going to be like a big chunk of the day. I don't know how much I can get read today, but because I failed yesterday, I'm going to try way harder today to really get the pages in. So hopefully we don't get too high of a number today. I don't really want anything over 100 today. But yeah, before we do the number generator, I just wanted to quickly say my thoughts so far on this book. Obviously I can't say much because if you haven't read the first one, then I'm not going to spoil this one. I always do this, like I haven't even said what these books are about, but the first book is basically just following this love story between Johnny and Shannon. Shannon's been bullied her whole life. She has just transferred to a new school so that she hopefully won't get bullied anymore, but she comes from an abusive family, and you find that out from right at the start. So her dad is like extremely abusive, and it's just the most toxic household ever. She comes to school with like bruises and stuff like that. But anyway, so it's just their love story, and like things just happen along the way. So a lot of it's just set in like school. I don't think this is a spoiler at all, but just in case you want to know nothing, then maybe skip to this time. Basically in this one, it's like come to light the actual situation that she's been living in. Like it can't be hidden anymore, people are finding out about it. So this one already, like in the first little bit, has been exploring a lot about the kind of like rights and wrongs of that situation, and kind of how the mum played a role in that family dynamic, because she was never like physically abusive, but obviously she kind of enabled it to happen, which is obviously just a whole moral debate in itself. Is she just another victim, just like the kids, or is she kind of like just as bad as the dad for like just standing by and letting that happen? I'm interested to see like where that will kind of lead and how the romance will pick up from this point. That was one from last time. Ready? Guys, this is gonna be a fail. Fuck. Why did I put up the number? Oh no. If you watched my reading 200 pages a day video, you saw actually how much of a struggle 200 pages was. So this, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. I wanted to get my nails done today though, but I guess I'll just have to come back and read. It's good though that I've got a high number because I do need to get through this book. Guys, I've read 5 pages today. And my boyfriend's staying over again. It's not happening, it's not happening. He's getting out of the shower. I think we all knew 235 pages just wasn't gonna happen. The minute I got that number, I knew. I don't know, I just haven't wanted to read today. Even though I want to read that book. I don't know.
Fuck shampoo day, honestly.
Did you shampoo your hair?
Yeah.
Good.
Shampoo.
Stunk like beef. see me because I know it's so backlit right now. This is the last day of the challenge, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty glad it's almost over because, as you've seen, this video is like just a shambles. I am in a reading slump. I am. I don't know why, because obviously I was so excited to go into this book because it left on a cliffhanger. So it's not the book at all. I just think like I'm in a slump in general, and reading like 2 800-page books back to back is just like not really helping me get out of it. I'm still really enjoying the book, but yeah, I don't know, I've just not felt like reading the last couple of days. I've just been so unmotivated. But as you saw earlier, I got 60 pages, so I think that is definitely gonna spur me on, because that's the lowest one. Is that the lowest one we've got? We literally kept getting just like mid-hundreds this whole time. We were just getting like around the 130, 120 mark, so it's nice that we've actually switched it up and I'll most likely be able to achieve it on the last day. So I've just been reading now for like last half an hour, 40 minutes. We started on page 102 and I'm now on page 134, so I've read like 32 pages. Yeah, I got my nails done earlier though, which has made me a bit happier. So I have read the pages for today. I'm now on page 176. When I was reading like the first little bit of this today, I was like, oh, I'm not in the mood for reading. As I just like persevered, I'm at like a really good point now, and it kind of like sparked back up. I was like, oh, like I want to keep reading. So that's good. I think I might even read more tonight, but I'm just so ready to have a shower, get in bed, get all cozy. I sincerely apologise for how just like random and chaotic this video was, and also the fact that I only completed one book and like only a tiny bit of this book. These challenges are so much harder than they look. I obviously watch BookTube all the time, all these people doing these challenges, and it just like looks so effortless to them, and I'm like, how? I will probably end up telling you my thoughts in a future video of mine on the rest of this book, but yeah, I'm really excited for Joey and Aoife's story, because I just love Joey and I love her, even though I've barely like heard much about her, but I already just love her. So yeah, I'm really excited to read the next ones of these, but I'm definitely gonna have a break in between, because obviously it's a good point to have a break because it's about different people, the next 2 books. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you've made it this far to the end, then you're a real one. I'll hopefully see you guys in my next one. The next one's an exciting unboxing, so stay tuned and subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, I'll see you all soon. Bye!